Hello and welcome to another stream of me playing Heavensward. I've been looking forward to this. We're just now gonna get to the good stuff. Hello, hello! Let me just quickly switch over to the game. There we go. Is my mic still super loud? Oh, hello. We have a Prime Gamer in chat. Hope your day is going well so far. Alright, let me go back into New Game Plus. So last time in the stream we beat Ravana. And Alphino got massively dunked on, so now we're continuing the story. We're now getting into the good stuff. Shall we be on our way to Annex Shrine, then? I would not have the dragons think we have forgotten our bargain. Yeah, I think he's like 16 in Heavensward, pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely a teenager. He's my little posh teenage son. Oh, going way too far. Thou art returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thine ill-conceived contest with the gnat? Nay, my friend, we return in triumph. By Dwashe's hand was the beastman's god, Lord Ravana, laid low. In his overconfidence, the Primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands in the event of his defeat, a promise we believe he will keep. The gnat shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain, then. How didst thou contend with his biting blades? But the particulars matter not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. He you unto the deepest reaches of morn, and there shall you find Halo, the altar from which you may begin your ascent to the summit of Samal. But be fairly warned, the minions of Nidhogg shall not lightly suffer your presence on that sacred mount. By your struggles within the cavern shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidofnir. Memory serves, the Cavern of Morn is entered from the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Yeah, you know, when I first played this game, I did not faithfully read all of the texts, so I was like, how the fuck do I get over there? I can't find it. Live and learn. same hat. I'd just be glad they like adjusted the dragon voices from like the base game, because in this game it's actually like, okay, keep going, you know, but in the old one it's like, so hey, oh, and just the slowest possible. It's like, please, please, just get to the next dialogue. I can't fucking take it anymore. I know, but I'm impatient. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Solmal's summit for thee and thy companions. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter hath not seen visitors of your kind in nigh on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as holy ground and resting place both. Where are you the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent, for 'tis certain they shall take great offense at your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidofnir. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power thou wieldest in check, lest it breed further despair. Estinian? The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Tiaman herself is said to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher. Need I remind you that we are come to parley a peace? Let us be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for their sake that I go now to speak with Hraesvelgr. But I said nothing of Tiaman. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of their deadliest enemies, I shall take it. This is my duty as Azure Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesvelgr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? Yeah. Alright, let's see how atrocious queues are for this one. Ooh, let me get my sightseeing log real quick. Oh, there's nothing. Fuck it. Sell 'em all. That's 5 minutes. That's not too bad. You know, if we at one time run into a really long queue, I might just try to solo a dungeon with my level 90 monk. But for now, it's fine. Yeah, my monk's looking really fly. But now we're a goon. Yeah, it's the artifact armor level 90. It's so pretty. Let's see what he has to say. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? A dragon lost to anger is beyond all control. This I learned to my sorrow when I unleashed a horde upon Ishgard. I feel the weight of Dravanian rancor pressing down upon me. I wonder why. Brother. Apple time. An apple a day keeps the rage quit away. Boing. Pretty cool. Yeah, the dungeon we're about to enter is one of my favorites. From this expansion at least. It's so pretty. Fuck it, let's try to solo this binge on Monk. I did it before the patch happened, but apparently they lowered some of the values, but I feel like I'm level 90, so I'm like almost 40 levels over, so I should be fine. Let's see if that still counts. Let's see the damage. Oh yeah, we should be fine. Alright. Well, I sure hope this counts. I know, right? Oh, this new movement ability is so cool. If you think that's cool, you ain't seen nothing yet. There's another giant flower. There we go. Don't need that. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, rest assured, they're plants. No. No, right now in dungeons your minions don't follow you and they can't take damage. But right now I have a little capybara following me anyway. Come on now. Come down here, you fool. Watch this. Flap. Bye. They really are. I'm not sure yet what class I'm gonna play when I replay Endwalker, but I might just do Monk. Come here. I'm a normal adventurer. I won't hurt you. Bop. Get out of here. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit silly. I think I should be able to defeat pretty much any dungeon as level 90. Maybe. Might run into trouble after 60, but at that point I'll probably be playing a healer, so it won't be too much effort. To find the queue, I mean. It's one-shot it. Buggers. Oh, let me just quickly check something. Where is it? Oh, yeah. I mean, tank Q is like insta-Q, and healer is the best after that, and DPS is like the worst, but it helps if you're on a normal time. Damn TM on your titties. Alright, let's get this bread. With my cool new ability, Phantom Rush. Boop, boop, boop. Die. That's so fucking busted. Yeah, but to be fair, I'm unsynced, so it's not really fair. Oh. Well, guess we're gonna be a monk for this next cutscene if it plays. Yay! Another crystal. You're right. Was she? It would seem Tiamat was the last. I sense no other dragons nearby. What is happening? Nidhogg, he roars. He knows we are here, then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I am yet my own master. But that damned worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus do we add another link to the chain of vengeance. Oh, Saint Shiva, when will it end? When everyone's dead. Duh.
To the peak of Som Al, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating in possibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years, they came.
Dragoon time. Just look at these things. I could stare at that all day. We have reached it at last, the peak of Somal. It is said to be the highest mountain in all of Eorzea, you know. I thought it cold in Kurthus, but the air here carries the chill of 12 winters. Well, good you have your brand new clothes. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Hraesvelgr himself. What manner of creature is that? Twache, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? It was my understanding that they only dwelled within the 12wood. I certainly never expected to see one in the churning mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Hraesvelgr makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. I love the Moogles, they're so funny. Hehe, time to send you on 20,000 side quests, hehe. Bah, he's gone. Twache, we must widen our search. Delicious bagpipes. Boing, boing. The nearby air appears warped. You sense that concealing magics are at work. I've heard tales of these Mughals, but this is the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? What do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. Isel is secretly a big softie. I see no evidence of this Mughal of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of these strange plants shifting in the breeze. Okay. You know, fair. There is no sign of a Mughal in the area. I'm sure I glimpsed the Mughal fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Do I need to give you both a chat timeout? Oh boy, just wait until you get to Stormblood. I have a feeling you two are really gonna like Yotsuyu. Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Mughals, I am certain Raisfelger would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mist for days and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Isel, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try. Yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravonians in this area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphino? I have not yet given up on the Mughals. Dwashe, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Mughals' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Mughal Mog, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Dwashe, let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Nafika's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you. There is an aetheryte of ancient construction here, which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. Okay. Teleport. Let's see. I sent word to the Elder Seatseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I'm pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Muggles, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the Conjurer stationed at its entrance? I sure am. Voice acting. Can I have a crumb of voice acting, please? I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seatseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. Oh, you don't like our voice actress? Only the A Realm Reborn one, or the new one as well? I see. So you seek a means to contact these Muggles of the Churning Mists. Kupo Popo! I say, Kupo! Ah, fair enough. Greetings, Kuplo Cop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kani. And I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Muggles in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Muggle high in the clouds of Dervania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I'm mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Muggles who dwelled beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah yes, the tale of good King Moggle Mog the 12th. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly possible that the details of their history may have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Muggles of the Churning Mists tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing's second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come tramping through the forest. Of course, when there's one Muggle, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You will accompany us then? Just try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit, the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the science of the Seventh Dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked a warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seetsier. We would be honored by your presence. Let's go! I take a sip of water. Sip, sip, sip. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seetsier's guide on the journey back to Somal. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seetsier's personal guard to escort us. Okay. Ooh. Well met, warrior of light. Nidhogg has not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seetsier herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. There they are, Dwashe. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravanians. 'Twould seem the dragons have abandoned Samal for the churning mists. Elder Seetsier, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us even as we speak. And I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. I am Kani Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the 12th Wood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I am Kuplo Kop, ambassador of the 12-Wood Moogles. A Moogle from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here among the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Heavensward, that they might negotiate an end to the war betwixt man and dragon. An end to the war, you say? I trust you, Kani Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I am afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Heavensward, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-splattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction into our happy home. Now wait just a moment, chieftain. Dwashe here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but as it has always been for a good reason. She is a champion of the 12-Wood Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall of course take your testimony into consideration. If I may, chieftain, there is little room for trust betwixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interest of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. Not gonna lie, I kinda wanna wear Kani Senna's outfit. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplo Kop called you again? Dwashe? Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moggun, Mogmug, and Mogwin, these being the names of the three wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Okay. Hello. Yes, I am Morgan, the foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck the 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Iltholm. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. It's too bad they don't let you do these side quests all at once. Let's see if I remember where they all are. There we go. Did you have any trouble finding cloud breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. There we go. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your mogul, Kupo. I do bounce a lot as a dragoon. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might just gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent archosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. You know, I appreciate someone who knows their qualities. Oh yeah, welcome to actual fucking dinosaurs. Hello. Die. Yeah, they're dragonkin. Dinosaurs are dragons without wings. And that is not a joke. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees. Wonderful. You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louds from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Yeah, that is adorable. Mogwin's the name, and arts is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness, but as I trust no one to create the art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Rude. Come on now. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day! If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxuries? I don't know much about this stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Somal's summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there. Let's fly up. Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Yes, now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Okay. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last, I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Yay. Touche, if that is what you insist on calling yourself. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by taskmasters Moggen, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. What sorcery is this? That my heart should stir at mere fluffiness. Touche, I was... No matter. What is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting then. She loves fluffy creatures. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Mogul Mog XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. How goes your trials, warrior of light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. It was meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a Karakul lamb, much less a dragon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Dwache. I like not this place. Oh. Come on, Stinian. Grumpy. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Koopa knots out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Oh. Don't fall off. Never have I seen such determined work as Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Koopa? Grrr. Oh dear! The horn! Bring out the horn! Quickly now! We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moghan may have sat on it. So we needed some time of cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now, you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. His name is Estinian. You're right though, he's such an edgelord in this expansion. I love it. We are in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr. Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, The Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive at his lair, come, we have squandered enough time already. Stinian, stop being a dick for no reason. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds. Bye-bye! Yeah. She's just gonna say the wrong thing and she's just gonna beat his face in. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found the time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would have never gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to our going our separate ways, shall we? We're talking. Alphino, Dwashe, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Mughals might never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplo Kop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I have made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmuggles back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. Sad backstory. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgur's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Assa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. I wish there was a dabby mode. Alright, I'm not playing monk anymore. What the hell? I was just like, why isn't my AoE combo going off? Brain rot. This is what monk does to your brain. My brain on monk is just galaxy brain. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgur invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. So look at my capybara! My little baby. My little creature. Who can fly, apparently. Whee! Aww. I wish I could, like, pick it up and have it ride on, like, my head on my shoulder. You can do that with some minions. And it's always perfect. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. We must interrupt our journey so close to its end. I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Farewell then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alphino whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Dwache, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have a camp ready by the time you return. Oh, so you do care. Okay. I think Estinian is an ice queen. He just needs a lot of time to warm up. And he just needs to, like, get his ass kicked for a sec, and then he'll be a-okay. That's a mood. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients ready for the fire. You're the one that talk, Ice Queen. Oh yeah, I'll probably take a break soon. Ah, few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ha! So speaks the great explorer. Until recently you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Isel with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. 'Twas only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would have never vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well in your way, Master Alphino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragonsong War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not that I shall, dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now, and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Oh man, I love campfire bonding time too. There we go. Alright, it is about time for a break. I'm gonna get myself some water, make myself some popcorn. So we'll go to the break screen. And I will be back. See you soon. Alright. Popcorn, check. Water, check. Let's get back into it. The campfire was so cozy. I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith. I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with the toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now, if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Dragon time. This donation, please. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude?
Hraesvelgr.
Those. I never know when he's done. Yeah, I'll probably be reading out his dialogue because you can't hear it. What he's saying. Thou speakest of the name of a creature that awaited the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of our heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn!
Gullible fool, the light but illuminates the past for thee, it did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva, 'tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the resemblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, but created, phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death, and thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. Yeah, he does. "1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. Two centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Ellison learned much about us, not least that the eyes of a great worm were the wellspring of his strength. "'Twas out of a selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Ellison lured my brood sister Ratatoskr into an ambush, and took from her that which he craved. I know, right? It's so pretty. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger, of my brute sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Ellison allies. They had torn out her eyes, and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all. For from their bloody banquet the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery they set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget, even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thordan's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitor's progeny bear a trace of Ratatosker's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to waken it.
Then the seed lies within us.
Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus they are transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons. One by one, through death or defection, my brood brother shall account for all of the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain.
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigour will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance. An eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. "'Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Radatosker's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? "'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me." But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. Bummer. Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned only serve to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Ooh, part 1 complete, baby. Alright. Let's head on to part 2. I did it. I'm the best. part 2, let's go! Ooh, your drawn spell sword! What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Hell yeah.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Absolutely horrendous. I might actually kill this man. Feeling like a wild chimpanzee. Hopefully we'll have a chance soon enough. way.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. 'Twill be just like the good old days, no?
Sit time. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie. And I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at Saint Renette's Forum, Duache. From what I glean of the Holy See's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. Sid, my father, Sid. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Asgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we should try the airship landing, or mayhaps even the Sky Steel Manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Emmerich would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emanuelaine is about. Oh yeah, that guy again. You know, I came across, there's this like Final Fantasy 14 fun fact account. And apparently Emanuelaine is like 26. Yeah, he should probably act like it, huh? Yeah, he's not like a teenager or anything, he's 26. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more More often than most. Hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Dwashe, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Bonk, bonk, bonk. He's just a guy. Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, baby. Ultimate lazy. I will teleport anywhere, even if it's like 100 foot away. Sid! Dwashe, Alphino, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Another wind barrier, and you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. There must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we can employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufactory is not far. Yeah, they're so good. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Woo. Back at it again. General Ralban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Dwache. Pressing through Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Astinian. Tell him we have identified the solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphino. To the Waking Sands, warrior of light, 'tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. Let's go. Huggers. Oh, water's so good. So fast.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery.
There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friend, for Nanamo, and for Uldar!
I like Raban. He's a cool dude. Our target is Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I'm told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. Excuse me. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Meriel is still in hiding there. Yeah, Lalas are so cute. I love Pippin. Zralban's baby boy. Meriel? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. Why would you just give out that information? Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just doubled our population. Looking for Meriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Okay. Is she here? Yeah, there she is. Oh.
You are Meriel, The Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades. deeds, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she, like, takes the fall for this, but that would be kind of fucked up, wouldn't it? By the 12th, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Complete. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. It would be funny for me to just like, yeah, I'm the warrior of light, so whack. Just get Lolorito's ass anyway. What are they gonna do? Arrest me? I'll just travel to a different world. Dummies. Flame General Rauba mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
They're so sweet.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Libertarian alert.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias, yes, well. 'Twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teledji Adeledji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Alphino, I help you. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. But the fact remains, there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. My baby boy. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. I, and Ulda too, shall flourish once more. General Roban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand in the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenantstall when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Duache? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Anything for you, Alfino? Commander, you're alive! And Washe too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid crystal braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Bah, you'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye, but we was still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. Steadfast comrades. Holy shit. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've in mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We talked it over, see, and we all agree you can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphino, our minds are made up, so you might as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Mephilia and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say.
Oh.
Pray excuse me, I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Dwache. But as Thaliak is my wisdom, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger in the Waking Sands and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garlon at the Manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Okay. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Fast travel, of course. What do you take me for? These legs are made for jumping, not for walking. Oh Fauché, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to the Forton Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. Joy of joys. You have fulfilled your obligation to the Oldans, then? Mr. Statara has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Oh man. Yeah, I think Emanelaine and Estinian would just be immovable or unstoppable first. Jeez. Unstoppable force versus an immovable object. There we go. So yeah, we're just gonna slay the eternal enemy of the city, no biggie.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Mana Cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
I have pricked Master Alphinode's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garlon and take possession of the mana cutters. He does care about Alphino. But here's the theory. He hates his hill. So what I'm getting from this is he a misogynist? That is a joke, by the way, don't even. Maybe it's not a joke. Toache, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get anywhere you need to go. I tell you, these beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cement drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the Dreadworm awaits. So... Oh. What I am hearing is that it's time for a level 90 monk. Let's fucking go. I'm not waiting on those queues. Fuck that. Uh-huh. You know it. I don't know. Defending the city, I guess. Because Nidhogg is kind of intent on killing a whole city of people who had nothing to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. Let's speedrun this binge. Yeah. Then again, like, Hraesvelgr did say that Nidhogg would not accept anything like an apology or something like that. Well, there are not many dragons that could argue with Nidhogg either. He's like of the first brood, like the same as Hraesvelgr. Anybody would get stomped, pretty much. And yeah, he's the big bad antagonist. That's also part of it. Bop. I don't remember what this is. I'm gonna back up just in case. Nope, that was the wrong one. I just wasted that. Pretty cool environment though. I'm not fazed by anything. we go. Look at me go! So many pretty effects for the monk. Let's go. Can't do shit to me. Can't have shit in Drevania. That's probably what he's thinking right now. Okay. Yeah. Let's go, the dog. There we go. I love that this is just a pretty, you know, I wouldn't say hard boss, but could be challenging for a first timer. And if you're unsynced, you just make him look like a punk. Dude, stop. Thou wouldst use mine own eye against me, time hath done naught to dilute thy kind's depravity. I have not forgotten thee, dragoon. Mine essence claimed thee once, and shall do so again.
No worm! This ends here!
I think it's the same voice actor, actually. don't know.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Go shower, Stinky. He probably smells so bad. All that blood on him. Oh, crystal time. But I think it will be echo time pretty soon. I wish he did, it probably smells just yucky. Right now at least. Oh yeah, echo time. Here we go.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain.
Write me a fucking river.
We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
That's why the inn is called the Forgotten Knight. It was him.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemile. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded?
Go take a shower, dude.
You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried.
Thanks for the eye. I don't want this though. You can take it back.
'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Heavensward. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Uh-huh. Dude, I don't remember Estinium being this nasty. Come on now. Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. Alright, well, we've gone for plenty of time today. So, let's say that we are gonna end the stream here. So, thank you for watching. It was really fun to have you here. Good stream, good stream. And yeah, I'll probably try to do a couple more streams this week. I'll see what of. Yeah, I've also been thinking of maybe starting up a Mass Effect or a Dragon Age trilogy playthrough, just to give me some variety, but I don't know which one I wanted to do yet, because if I am going to play Dragon Age Origins, I'm going to mop the fuck out of it, because I cannot play that game normally. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And I will see you next time for more Heavensward. Okay, bye bye.